It seems like everybody really likes this figure. But at the start, I didn't really want this guy. I had the Studio Series Bumblebee, and so I thought that I didn't really need another one. That is until I watched the movie with my sister, and she ended up really wanting it, so I bought it for her. However, now, she doesn't really want it anymore, so she just gave it back to me. I have never intended to buy this guy, but I can tell you right now that I'm glad to have him. Because this guy is really good. First impressions of Bumblebee is that he's very good looking. He looks really nice. All the necessary details are there. I feel like this design is very good. Like, it's a bit blocky, like especially in the thighs and the arms, but it's detailed really nicely. So I really like this design. In terms of how accurate this guy is, here is his model, and I think it is quite accurate. Let's get a closer look at the sculpting. As you can see, very nicely detailed. It's mainly yellow plastic, and most of the paint is just silver. In terms of painting, I really do like the silver paint. I always like silver paint, but it feels like they could have painted this guy a lot better, especially in the head sculpt. The head sculpt does look sort of off. Like, the sculpting is there, but the paint looks off. I don't know, it makes him look quite strange. I've heard that there is a variance with the correct head, and yeah, I'm kind of sad that I didn't get that one. The paint on the arms and the legs are pretty good, but the abdomen area is a bit lacking. So in terms of paint, this guy could have been a lot better. But in terms of sculpting, it's very nice. I really like the way they did the sculpting. It's very simple, but it's very effective. Very nicely proportioned as well. I really have no issues with the way this guy looks. I think it's very cool. In terms of kibble, his backpack is quite minimal, especially for a Bumblebee figure. So that is impressive, where even Masterpiece Bumblebee has a bigger backpack. It is flat as well, so that's good. I really do appreciate a flat backpack. It does make it more satisfying. The issue I have with this backpack is that it doesn't really tab in. So it can get annoying when you're playing around and posing this guy. In addition to the backpack, the other main bit of kibble is this wheel. Now this is quite disappointing. It is really out there. It just jumps at you. It's just there. You can't really do anything, and it sticks out so much. That is really unfortunate. If you cover it up, it looks so nice. Unfortunate.
I'm trying to drown my kids again, but they know how to swim, folks.
But other than that, there's not really that much kibble on this guy, which is quite impressive because a lot of Bumblebees have kibble. But for example, here is Bumblebee with Bumblebee, Bumblebee, and Bumblebee. And so going back to this guy, as you can see, they are quite comparable in terms of general design. I know they're from different movies, but stay with me here. They are quite comparable, like very similar silhouettes, very similar chest areas. That's why I was happy with this guy only, and I didn't want this. However, this guy is now obsolete. This is so much better than this. This guy is so loose, nothing tabs in, very bad to play with. But this guy feels really nice. This is the main reason why I like this guy. The plastic quality is really good. All the joints feel so nice and tight. For example, the head can rotate and is on a ball joint. Can look up that far, down not at all. The shoulders, they have free range of motion other than the backpack blocking it. They can go out 90 degrees. There's a rotation at the elbow. 90-degree elbow bend, there is a waist swivel. The legs can go out that far, back that far, can do the splits. The knee can bend 90 degrees. And the foot is on a ball joint with quite an impressive pivot. So posability for this guy is very good for deluxe class. It has all the joints that you need. The most attractive thing about this guy is how stiff and how nice all these joints are. It's so fun and so good to play with. In terms of just playability of the robot mode, this alone is so much better than the Blockies version. Even if this didn't transform, it would still be better than this guy. It's really nice. So yeah, this guy, is useless now. Let's do size comparisons with the other guys now. So here is Bumblebee with my previous review, Studio Series Cheetor, and Rise of the Beast Scourge. I will say though, this guy is a bit on the smaller side, but in order to make up for that, he comes with two accessories. The first is his arm blade. It is very cool. I am always a fan of arm blades, though I do wish that this was painted. And yeah, this does look a bit plain. If it was painted, it would have been so much cooler. He also comes with this blaster. I don't know why they cast it in yellow plastic, but then painted it all grey. They could have just cast this in grey and then used that paint budget to paint the knife. The cannon can just slot into the fist, and the arm blade can tab into the forearm with these two tabs. And I think that looks very cool. He has really nice accessories that really suit him. The arm cannon integration is very nice. It's almost seamless and it doesn't involve fist swapping, unlike this guy. And it is much better than, like, let's say Studio Series Galvatron. And the arm blade looks very cool, though I will say that this is quite difficult to take off. I think it's just because you can't get any leverage.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
There we go. It's off. So yeah, let's transform this guy and see if the vehicle mode is as good as the robot mode. If you've done any other Bumblebee transformation before, this is exactly the same. There's nothing new, nothing interesting, pretty simple, very easy transformation. Since all the other Bumblebees have the same transformation, it is sort of boring, just pretty standard. And the vehicle mode we end up with looks very nice. It is quite accurate to the movie. It is painted very nicely. I really like the black stripes, and the front of the car looks very good. The headlights are picked out. And if you go to the back, these lights are picked out as well. I think it's a pretty cool car mode. The bumper and the top section are rubber. I don't know why they decided to do that. I guess the front section maybe is just to allow it to be more flexible for transformation. But I don't know why they made this one rubber as well. The side of the car is a bit unpainted. The wells are painted though, but the wheels are not. I do wish they would have painted these wheels, but the overall look is very good. This guy is able to roll pretty well. The bottom doesn't really block the movement of the car, but the bottom is quite obstructive. It's just really these arms. But I do think I am nitpicking a bit. You can't really expect a deluxe car transformer to have virtually no undercarriage. So I do think that's fine, but if they found a way to get rid of this, I do think that it would elevate this car mode to a whole nother level. The weapons both store in the car mode, where this arm blade can plug into this peg back here, like that, and the cannon can store in this port right there, like so. So very seamless weapon storage. I always appreciate good weapon storage, and especially this, everything's out of the way, so it's very convenient. So let's do some size comparisons. Here is Studio Series Bumblebee with Studio Series Bumblebee, Masterpiece Bumblebee, my previous review, Studio Series Cheetor, and Studio Series Scourge. Let's get into the conclusion now. Robot mode is so good. Not because of the appearance, because as you guys know, appearance-wise, I do prefer the look of, like, let's say, NPM Bumblebee a lot more. But the main factor of why this guy is so good, in my opinion, is just the playability. He feels really satisfying to pose, and I just end up just moving his joints around. It feels really nice to play with. I'm so used to Studio Series figures being loose in like 1 or 2 joints. Yeah, so this guy was really a big shock for me. And I do wish that Hasbro would just make all Studio Series figures like this. Transformation is very simple. It's just the basic Bumblebee transformation. And the vehicle mode is very good. I really like it. Very unique take. There's really nothing wrong with it. Nothing I can really complain about. No issues other than like missing paint in some areas. So yeah, just get him. This guy I definitely recommend, and I do understand the hype.